The bustling streets of Tokyo glitter with neon lights, the hum of traffic merging with the sound of distant street performers. It's Christmas, December 25th, 2024, and while most people are busy celebrating with family or strolling through the iconic holiday markets, a storm is brewing in the heart of Japan's entertainment world. Midnight strikes, and Shukan Bunshun drops a bombshell that leaves the nation breathless. This isn't just any scandal. This is one involving Masahiro Nakai, a household name and pop legend who graced Japan's screens for decades. But tonight, his legacy is on the line, exposed in the digital ink of headlines that would ripple through homes, offices, and news stations like wildfire. This is the story of the Fuji TV sex scandal. Okay, I want to talk about something that's saved me a lot of stress. CyberGhost VPN, our sponsor for today's video. And yeah, their little ghost character is adorable, but this VPN is actually one of the best out there, trusted by over 38 million people, and I am one of them now. Do you guys use incognito mode when you search for things online? Your internet provider, even random websites, they're all tracking your every move. Did you know that? That's when I started using CyberGhost VPN. All I do is turn it on, and suddenly everything I do online is encrypted and rerouted through their secure servers. No one can see what I'm doing, not my ISP, not hackers, not even CyberGhosts themselves. And the best part is that I can switch my location with one click and unlock libraries of 40 streaming services, including Netflix, Amazon Prime, and many more. Plus, I use it on all my devices, my phone, laptop, tablet, and I'm even sharing it with my family. They let you protect up to 7 devices at once. It's perfect for keeping everyone safe without stressing about security. So if you're like me and want peace of mind while browsing, streaming, or working online, I highly recommend it. And right now, they're offering an 84% discount, 4 months free, and a 45-day money-back guarantee, so it's basically risk-free. Link is in the description. Check it out and let me know if you try it. It all began, as these stories often do, at a seemingly ordinary dinner. Sometime in June 2023, Nakai was supposed to meet with a Fuji TV executive and a young woman. But the executive canceled at the last minute, leaving Nakai alone with the woman. What happened behind closed doors that night would spark headlines a year later. The woman would later allege that she was sexually assaulted, and the trauma of the event forced her to quit her job. When she sought justice and tried to bring her case forward to Fuji TV, negotiations began. Nakai's legal team offered a settlement, a staggering 90 million yen, to make the issue quietly disappear. The world only learned of this payoff when the scandal exploded on December 25th. Nakai's agency quickly responded, claiming the issue had been resolved through mediation and urging the public to respect the privacy of those involved. But that wasn't enough to silence the speculation. Many speculated about the identity of the woman. Some believed it could be former Fuji TV announcer Nagisa Watanabe, but the Shukan Bunshun report threw cold water on that theory, describing the victim as a woman in her 20s, still actively working in the entertainment industry. To this day, she remains anonymous, hidden under the moniker Ms. X. With the public frantically connecting the dots, Fuji TV had no choice but to step in. On December 27th, just a day after the scandal reached its peak, they issued a statement. They claimed that the executives had no involvement in arranging the infamous dinner and dismissed certain allegations from the Shukan Bunshun report as false. But what about what the victim has said she'd gone through? What really happened that night in June 2023? Let me take you back to May 31st, 2023. In the affluent neighborhood of Meguro, laughter echoes from Masahiro Nakai's house. The scent of grilled meat spreads across the yard as the BBQ party begins, a gathering that would later be remembered for all the wrong reasons. 10 people gather around, drinks in hand. Among them are Nakai, Fuji TV Executive A, popular entertainers Hiromi and Shokutei Tsurube, and a young woman, later identified as X. The plan has been to play golf, but rain forced a change of plans, turning the casual outing into a lively barbecue. The party begins harmlessly enough, small talk, jokes, and the sound of clinking glasses. But as the evening progresses, the tone shifts. Executive A, who had arrived at the party in a taxi with X, had already laid the groundwork for discomfort. In the taxi, he had reassured her that this event could lead to work opportunities, blurring the lines between professional and personal interactions. As the party picks up, A instructs the younger woman, including X, to sit next to the prominent entertainers, Nakai and Tsurube. His laughter cuts through the air as he jokes about the party feeling like a cabaret club, a comment that sends uneasy ripples through the atmosphere. For X, the evening feels less like an innocent gathering and more like a setup. By dusk, the party winds down. Hiromi and Tsurube leave before the sky turns dark, but for Nakai and X, the night is far from over. Nakai, craving sushi, proposes a second location, a high-end sushi restaurant. X, trying to stay polite, joins. The conversation between the two seems innocent until A interjects, jokingly suggesting that Nakai and X should date. The joke, tinged with discomfort, is not well received by X. The suggestion is absurd. Nakai is 52, a towering figure in entertainment, while X is a young announcer in her 20s. She feels trapped in the awkward moment as Nakai, encouraged by A's remarks, asks for her phone number. Fast forward to June 2023, the day that changes everything. X receives a message from Nakai inviting her for drinks. The invitation feels ambiguous. Nakai uses the word us, leading X to believe that others from the Fuji TV circle will be joining. Believing this is a work-related dinner and with A's earlier promises in mind, X reluctantly agrees. But when she arrives at the designated location, Nakai's house, her heart sinks. The room is empty. There is no us. It's just Nakai. Behind the closed doors of his home, the nightmare unfolds. X is left alone with Nakai, who subjects her to unwanted sexual advances, leaving her shaken, humiliated, and violated. The glamorous image of the pop icon shatters before her eyes, replaced by a predator who betrayed her trust. The next morning, X, overwhelmed by fear and betrayal, confronts 3 Fuji TV executives. Witnesses later report seeing her crying in the network's changing room, her distress impossible to hide. July 2023, X is admitted to the hospital for long-term treatment. One day, a Fuji TV executive visits her, carrying a gift allegedly sent by Nakai. But as soon as she hears his name, X screams in terror, refusing the gift. The emotional toll is undeniable. Desperate and alone, X consults several lawyers, but none are willing to take her case. A glimmer of hope appears when a lawyer from a sexual victim support group offers to help, but X hesitates. Filing a criminal report would expose her identity, something she's not prepared to endure. With no other options, she agrees to a settlement. By the end of July, Nakai's legal team resolves the issue privately, paying X 90 million yen in exchange for her silence. But silence isn't so easy to buy when the media catches wind of the story. In December 2024, Shukan Bunshun blows the case wide open, revealing details that had been hidden for months. Among the bombshell revelations is the controversial meeting orchestrated by Nakai's legal team. The meeting, attended by X, her boss Mr. B, a supportive female news announcer, and a doctor, was meant to discuss the traumatic events of that night. During the discussion, X became visibly distressed, prompting a break so she could regain her composure. At the meeting, Fuji TV allegedly promised to investigate Nakai's actions, but behind closed doors, nothing was done. No interview with Nakai ever took place. As the media frenzy intensified, speculation ran rampant. Was X actually Nagisa Watanabe? The timing certainly fueled the theory. Watanabe had quit her job as a Fuji TV announcer by August 2024, citing PTSD. Her social media accounts were bombarded with comments and questions from the public, desperate to uncover the truth. But despite the speculation, no concrete evidence confirmed that Watanabe was the victim. So what kept this scandal alive, even after Nakai's lawyers had tied it up with a hefty settlement? The answer lies not just in the drama of the incident itself, but in the power dynamics it exposed. The influence of top executives, the betrayal of promises, and the failures of a major broadcasting giant to protect its own. Then came January 8, 2025. Shukan Bunshun shifts its focus to Fuji TV's lukewarm statement, a vague defense that seems to favor one side while ignoring the cries of another. But it's not just Watanabe's name swirling in the headlines anymore. Enter Kyoko Sakai, a senior announcer and head of the announcement office. For many, she is one of the so-called three villains of Fuji TV, accused of power abuse and inaction. X had turned to Sakai for help, consulting her about the trauma she endured after the party with Nakai. But instead of receiving protection, X was met with indifference. Sakai, Mr. B, director of the announcement office, and Mr. C, director of the Formation and Production Bureau, collectively represent a system that failed her. When X finally sought their assistance, they shuffled her through formal discussions, meetings, and empty promises, none of which led to any confrontation with Nakai. X left those meetings betrayed, silenced, and isolated. On January 9th, Nakai's agency admitted there was trouble, but provided no details, emphasizing that Fuji TV wasn't involved, and the issue was resolved with an out-of-court settlement. The statement confirmed Nakai would continue his activities, sparking online backlash. By January 15th, things take another explosive turn. Shukan Bunshun reports a new dinner event, one that had flown under the radar until now. The setting, the luxurious Grand Hyatt Tokyo, where celebrities often gather behind closed doors. The venue is a private suite, booked a day in advance, and inside are Masahiro Nakai, several male talents, and 3 female announcers, one of whom would later come forward to expose the events of the night. By the end of the evening, only 4 people remain: 2 female announcers, Nakai, and a male talent. What happens next would leave the nation disgusted. According to reports, the male talent beckons naked from a bedroom, attempting to coerce the women into 2-on-2 sexual acts. The women refuse, but the damage is already done. One female announcer files a report, and soon after, she's banned from appearing on programs produced by Fuji TV Executive A, the man who orchestrated the dinner. This isn't just another scandal. A favorite of Nakai, had climbed Fuji TV's ranks through power moves and favoritism, leaving female staff overworked and sidelined. If power could be abused so blatantly, what else was happening behind closed doors? When Fuji TV finally responds on January 17, 2025, the press conference is shrouded in secrecy. Only select media outlets are allowed entry. Recording devices are strictly forbidden. There's a sense of unease in the air as Koichi Minato, Fuji TV's president, takes the podium. Minato confirms that Fuji TV knew about the June 2023 incident between Nakai and the female announcer. But when asked about the Grand Hyatt dinner, he offers nothing but silence. Instead, they announce the formation of an investigative committee, vaguely promising to look into the claims. But no one knows what to expect. Will it be an internal review or a genuine third-party investigation? By January 21st, major broadcasters across Japan take action. Nippon TV announces that it will suspend 5 regular programs starring Nakai, pending further investigation. Asahi TV quickly follows suit. Sponsors begin to withdraw their ads from Fuji TV programs, applying intense pressure on the network. The next day, Nakai finally breaks his silence. In a statement posted on his paid fan site Nakaitsura, he announces his retirement from the entertainment industry. He offers an apology, but for many it's too little, too late. At 4 p.m., Fuji TV holds what will go down as one of the longest press conferences in Japanese history. For 10 hours and 23 minutes, executives face a relentless barrage of questions, the broadcast airing without commercial breaks. It's a desperate attempt to salvage their reputation, but the damage is evident. By now, Fuji TV's stock prices have plummeted, and major sponsors have withdrawn their financial support. Minato admits to the network's failures in handling the case. His tone is remorseful as he explains that their initial decision to keep the matter private was intended to protect the victim's mental and physical well-being. But the public isn't buying it. By the end of the night, Minato and Chairman Shuji Kano announced their resignations, taking responsibility for their shortcomings. Kenji Shimizu is appointed as the new president in a last-ditch effort to restore public trust. The sheer magnitude of the scandal lies in the names involved, starting with Masahiro Nakai, a former member of the iconic group SMAP. For decades, Nakai was a symbol of J-pop success, transitioning seamlessly from idol to TV host. His affiliation with Johnny and Associates, the entertainment giant founded by Johnny Kitagawa, only adds to the complexity of the case. Kitagawa was a gatekeeper to success. As the head of Johnny and Associates, he trained and launched idols like Nakai while hiding a dark secret: the abuse of young boys under his control. These boys faced an unspoken price for stardom. Kitagawa's power allowed him to operate unchecked, leveraging promises of fame while silencing victims through fear or legal threats. For decades, rumors of Kitagawa's misconduct circulated, but Japan's media and entertainment industry protected Kitagawa. Even when victims tried to speak up, Kitagawa used lawsuits and intimidation to crush them. The Japanese press avoided covering the allegations, allowing the abuse to continue until victims finally came forward. This culture of silence likely explains why X, the Fuji TV victim, didn't file a formal report. Like Kitagawa's victims, X knew the risks: legal retaliation, career ruin, and isolation. Netizens quickly made the connection between Fuji TV's executives and Kitagawa's enablers, accusing them of protecting Nakai and burying the truth. The Fuji TV case shows that the real scandal isn't just the abuse, it's the system of enablers who let it happen. When the 90 million yen settlement further fueled the outrage, there were also a lot of speculations over this. Nakai's 90 million yen settlement suggests something far beyond a typical case, hinting at a life-changing incident. For context, actor Yuta Takahata settled a 2016 rape and murder accusation for just 15 million yen, making Nakai's settlement the highest in comparison, even surpassing cases involving death. So what could justify such an extraordinary payout? What exactly happened that night for Nakai to pay such a staggering amount? Many believe that the amount wasn't just about compensating the victim, but about silencing the scandal and protecting powerful figures from additional fallout. Some speculate that the details of the assault were more severe and traumatic than what has been publicly revealed, possibly involving events that left lasting psychological damage, as seen in the victim's reported PTSD and hospitalization. On the other hand, since Nakai launched his career as an idol under Johnny's agency, people speculated that he might have experienced the same abuse that Kitagawa's victims did, leading him to become the person he is today. While many condemned him, there were still some who sympathized. They pointed out how Nakai looks thinner, possibly from stress or guilt, and suggested he may be overthinking his past actions and the damage it caused. The press conference may have ended, but the echoes of the scandal remain. Fuji TV's reputation is in tatters, and Nakai's career is over. For X, however, the story doesn't end with a press conference or a settlement. She carries the weight of her trauma, knowing that justice may never truly be served. The scandal has become a symbol of Japan's reckoning with power, privilege, and abuse in the entertainment industry. It's a reminder of the price some people pay for fame and the cost others endure to protect it. So, what do you think? Does this case remind you of similar scandals in your country's entertainment industry? What's your take on the 90 million yen settlement? Let's discuss in the comments below. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Before you go, don't forget to click on the description link to get the special discount for my viewers. This application will protect your data while you browse and give you full access to all blocked content on the internet for $2 a month only. Totally risk-free, so check it out. Link is in the description.